Hey, good morning folks, welcome back to the channel. Rest week. These are important because you always need a week of rest and recovery. I've had a long season, a long summer of racing, training and various events, weekends away, all sorts of stuff. I'll have to have a summary at the end of the season as just to how many events I've actually done and how many. I think I'm at 15 events now, and that includes swims, just runs and triathlons. So this week's been a week of rest. I'm down in up on the east coast at a little place called Skipsea and Mr. Moo's caravan park, an ice cream farm. So gonna have some ice cream later, definitely. Just gonna have a walk down to the beach. This path here runs all the way down to the beach, to the sea. So gonna walk down there now and have a look. Nita, she's here, look, she's having a bit of a rest as well. We've done a few park runs this year, so she's having a bit of a rest week as well. But rest and recovery, there's an important part of your race plan and your race scheduling. Get a week in, get a rest week in somewhere if you can, because sooner or later you will burn out. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this rest week. My body is enjoying it. The rest, there's no pain, there's no aches, there's no stiff legs, no heavy legs. But you know what? The old head that wants to just go out and run and train. So having to fight those demons and stop myself going out for a run. Anyway, down to the beach, let's see what we can find down here. It's one of those absolutely amazing September autumn mornings. There's a bit of a breeze, but the sun is shining. There's barely a cloud in the sky. I mean, you think it was the middle of summer, except I've got a hoodie and a gilet on just to keep warm because it's a little bit nippy. But you would think it was, you think it was summer. If I walked around here in a t-shirt and shorts and tell you it was June or July, you'd believe me. Anyway, nice morning, good for a walk. We've got some wind turbines behind us here somewhere. There they are. And just walking up this little path on the side of the cow field to what I can hear is the sea. You can hear it, I can't see it right now. If I do that, you're going to get the sun right in the camera, but look at that for a glorious sunrise. Early morning, it's about 8 o'clock, 8:30, and that autumn morning. What I was saying about rest, well, I always try and build a rest day into my week. Fridays is usually my rest day, then I can go into the weekend with long runs, long rides, that kind of stuff, and then do the shorter stuff during the week as more recovery. But this is, it's important to get some time to just let the body recover and just rest. I mean, I'm walking, that's fine. A gentle walk isn't going to hurt anything. But the season I've had started back in February, March. Really, I think February I did the Stanford 30k. So that was a good long run to start the season off. Straight in the middle of the winter. You've not really had much time out on roads and stuff. And to do a 30-kilometre run is one way to start the season off, isn't it? And then through there, outlaw sprint in May, gravel sprint at Outlaw Holcombe in July, Bassetlaw in August. Where else have we been? Too many to remember. I'll do a separate video on all the events and races that I've been in this year. But I think the medal count is about 15. There's a few more to go. There's a race next Sunday I'm considering, which is just a 5-mile or 10-mile trail run. And then in December we've got the duathlon at Sherwood Pines. So there's a few more to go, a few more we can cram in, a few more extra medals. Always like a medal, can't fault a medal, can you? But rest, this is what the video is about, resting and recovery, and just letting the body just recover those muscles and recover the strain that you've put on your body for a better part of a year, at least 6 months, and all that winter training. Just 1 week, it's not much, is it? 52 weeks of a year, and you have 1 week where you literally are just having a rest and just enjoying it. And that's exactly what I'm doing, so right, we're nearly at the sea. I can see the sea. You probably can't because the sun is right in the dip. You might be able to see it actually, but yeah, we can see the sea, so we're just going to get there and sort that. Have a look and shove Nita in the sea, see if she'll have a swim. I've just realised where we are actually in relation to other places. So we're at Skipsea, and you won't see this very well, but over in the distance there, I'm pretty sure that's Bridlington, and then out onto the end peninsula there is Flamborough Head. And we were out at Flamborough Head last year, and Bridlington, so it's kind of, we're not too far down the coast, we're only about 10 miles away from Bridlington, so gonna nip down there probably over the weekend, have another look round there. But yeah, interesting when you realise just where you are. I knew it was on the east coast, I knew it wasn't too far away from various places, but it's nice to see that we are quite close to places I've been before, but there are little places you can go and find when you're touring with a caravan. I'll show you the caravan site later as well. That looks really nice, and it is got a brand new caravan, brand new awning, brand new car, everything's working perfectly, he says, touching wood and making sure we don't break anything. Nita's having zoomies. So yeah, so far so good. These are interesting little things, look. These little sort of pillboxes, they're sort of sea defence. They're either, you know, World War II or just post-war little boxes. See if we can show you inside, probably a mess. But yeah, little pillboxes, look, where you've got spiders web right in front of here. Where you position a soldier, keep a lookout, got a good line of view across the coast. Get rid of the spiders web, we'll go in. Come on, let's go in, Nita, come on. So yeah, it's not very much room for box, but look, you can see out there, we can see out across the sea there, and we can keep an eye on the cliffs this way, looking for invaders. Oh, there's even been a swallow and a swift's nest in there, that's lovely. But yeah, these will be dotted all the way along the coast. There's a few of them, various places. There's one back over by the campsite, and you can just pick that out on the top of the hill there. That's a much larger one. From what I've seen from the signs, it's a radio, like a listening station as well, but this will be the communication out to these guys. But these were built either World War II or just after, just to provide a sea defence, because, you know, easy for invaders to come across this bit from the North Sea, from mainland Europe, and land on these beaches. But I don't think they were ever used in any kind of anger, but they were there for a security, and there'll be some more further down this way as we go down. But I'm not going to walk too far down this cliff, I want to go back the other way really. But yeah, interesting to find these things are all dotted along the coast, and nice to see a little bit of history as well while we're out walking around. We're going to see. Ready? Ready, look, stone, ready? Pitch it! Pitch it! Oh, the big wave could get you! Not daft, are you? Moose ice cream. Looking forward to some ice cream later. Definitely having ice cream later, there is no doubt. But for now, English breakfast. What else could be better for a recovery week? Hey, gotta have all that nice grease and fat and protein in the sausage and bacon. Just working on the principle that there's protein and protein. Eggs, bacon, sausages. What could be better? Good morning, it's Saturday morning. The temptation to go and run park run. I'll go find one. There must be one up the road, Bridlington, Hornsea, I don't know. But no, sticking to the rest and making the most of it really, to be honest with you. It's actually quite good. I do feel like I need to go and run. I need to go and get on a bike or something. But legs are feeling sore still, and I don't know why that is. I don't know why I've got aches and pains in quads. I don't know whether it's of underuse now or overuse and they're just recovering. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to take this week and the rest of this weekend to just not go and train, just really to see what the results are. I'm pretty sure the results are several pounds of weight gain, because that's what it feels like, because I'm eating like a horse and training like nothing, eating like I would always eat. So that can't be good. I mean, yesterday we had breakfast, had a full English breakfast, and I had fish and chips down at Bridlington, and bag of crisps and biscuits in the evening, and a few beers. And I'm sure all of that's not great for your weight control, but maybe it's just good enough to pump in a load of that stuff and let your body go, oh, this is all right, we'll enjoy this while we can, and then make it all turn back into strength. And I don't know, maybe I'm just making all this up and I've just been a lazy fat pig, and come Monday I'll weigh half a stone more than I weighed at the end of the week before after Woodall Spa, and I'll regret everything. But we can only see and do whatever we do, and just get back on the treadmill and the of training from Monday. So, although Monday I think I'm just going to treat run Monday as a rest day as well, which is getting worse, isn't it? It's just getting worse. When is training starting? Right, training is starting on Tuesday, definitely. So we've got the weekend away here on the East Coast, on the East Yorkshire coast. I'm going to try and fly the drone in a minute and see if I can get some drone footage, but of the coast and the coastline, see what we can get from there. But Monday I'm back at work, and Monday I've got a big help out day, a big charity help out day thing at a local school that we've signed and committed to do. So I'm going to do that. That feels like an awful lot of hard work, a bit of lifting, digging, cutting, pruning, moving. So I'm fairly sure that's going to count as exercise. I don't think I can track it on Garmin, but I'll find a way. And then Tuesday back in the gym, so spin class Tuesday, and I've signed up to do a strength and conditioning class as well. So I want to go and see what that's all about, see if we can build some strength and conditioning in through the winter, and less running, less training, less hard work, you know what I mean, less miles, but more focused training. So I'm going to try that. Right, we're walking along this path again. Nita's here, she's had a good sleep, she had a busy day yesterday, so we're going to walk down here to the sea and see if we can get some drone footage as well. Yeah, beautiful morning. It's not as rough as it was yesterday. Still don't think I'd want to go out there for a swim though. I mean, you'd have to get a fair way out to avoid those rolling waves, and I don't think that would be much fun. So I'm quite pleased I didn't bring the wetsuit, and didn't bother to try to get any training in. Not that the North Sea in September is a very inviting place to be anyway. Right, continue this walk along the cliff. Got some nice drone footage as well, so I'll pop that in over the top of this, and some nice drone footage across the cliffs and along the water edge, so that would be nice. And we'll just walk up to the golf club and then we'll turn around and go back again, I think. Just come across this on the coast and drop down onto the beach, look, and there's a layer here. Looks like it's all, I don't know, charcoal wood into the, maybe it's an old, looks like bones, doesn't it? But it's not bones. It's like tree stumps and soil. Like the old cliff face must have been full of wood. It's quite interesting. Old tree stumps here, look, sticking out of the ground. I mean, how long have they been there? Hard to say, isn't it? I don't think the pipes here have been here that long, do you? But this, very strange, very black and very like wood. Interesting. I'm going to walk along here. Let's go walk along this beach, shall we? Yeah. Strange how these cliffs are no wonder they're eroding, they're just soil. get the high tides, it just knocks all this away. Look, no wonder it's eroding away. Yeah, right, nice walk along the coast there again, down to the sea, onto the beach a bit. The tide's a little bit lower this morning, so been able to get down on there. Nita's had a run in the sea and managed to, I don't know whether you can tell, she's falling in a ditch, so now she's going to have a bath, but we'll sort that out later. It's all part of being on holiday and having a break. So nice flying area down there though for the drone. Got the drone up and flew along the coast. It's interesting when you have to start digging into it, looking at the flight restrictions and things like that. I've got an app called Drone Assist, which is the recognised drone flying app, and all of the area along the beach there was marked up as a restricted zone. When you dig into it, it's not restricted. It's restricted in that it's fly with caution, which was nice to see, because it's nice to use the app, know where you are, know what you're doing. And it would appear that the military use quite a lot of this airspace for training, fixed wing, rotary blade helicopters, that kind of stuff. All sorts of training going on, but I guess that's more during the week and things like that. But it's just nice to be made aware, know what you're looking at, know what you're going to be careful of. I mean, my drone will only go to 200 metres anyway, or 200 feet, I think. I can't remember which. It's one of those. It'll only go to there and it'll stop. It won't go beyond that height. So it's really not in anybody's way height-wise. It's more just being aware, because I mean that airspace is restricted and marked as caution up to 19,000 feet. I'm pretty certain I ain't flying anything up at 19,000 feet. So, but you know, it's great to see and nice to know, learn a little bit more about flying the drone, getting some nice video footage, and just seeing some of the stuff on the cliffs there. All that wood that was embedded in the face. It must have been there for hundreds, thousands, millions of years. Who knows? It's all just getting, you know, it's an old forest maybe. So it's nice to see some archaeology and have a little bit more walk around, see what's around your area. Going back now because I'm flipping starving. Bacon and egg cobs for breakfast. Never mind this training and healthy diet that starts on Monday. What's this? You ready? Punch it! Punch it then! Come on! Good girl! Yay! Woohoo! You fetched it! Almost. Donuts.
Might get them just for a brief.
Good morning, folks. It's Sunday morning. Weather's changed and bit of rain overnight. It's just a good plan that I took the awning down last night because otherwise it'd be a bit wet and soggy doing it this morning. So decided last night to take the awning down and then pack that away. That was one of the biggest jobs of the day, to pack things away. So doing that was a bonus. Doing it in the dry, the awning's all dry and packed away, so that's good. Just the caravan to pack up now, and that's only an hour's job really. Putting everything away, tidying away, securing things down, turning the water off and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just taking Nita out for a little walk. Where is she gone? There she is. And we'll walk down to see the sea for the last time and have another look. I was going to bring the drone, but it's a bit grey and wet and windy, so I didn't bother. But right, week of rest is over. get home this evening, last relaxation, and then back on training and diet plan and everything like that. I've probably whacked on 3 or 4 pounds. I'll check on the scales tonight or tomorrow morning when I get home, see what that's done, but that's probably whacked on 3 or 4 pounds, I imagine. I'll be amazed if it hasn't. Far too much good food. Nice Chinese meal last night, a few beers, none of which is going to be conducive to maintaining your weight. Anyway, who cares? Needed that week of rest, that week off training, that week off racing. Been a busy summer. We're now well into end of September and into autumn and heading towards winter training, so things like turbo sessions, treadmill sessions, winter runs in the woods. Got planned that again with Richard and a few others. We'll get out on a Saturday morning, do 5 or 10k around Blidworth Woods. It's a nice bit of hill repeat training in there and a bit of off-road trail running, so that's really nice to get onto. Back on some swimming. But what I am going to do is commit to getting in the gym 2 or 3 times a week, because I really need to sort out some of this strength and conditioning across the winter. If I can do that, then I could probably maintain it through the spring and summer again. But I do need to get on to that. I've got sessions booked. I'm going to make a conscious effort to try and do twice a week and try and just work out the best times to do those. And I want to do them in a structured training class rather than just trying to go on my own, because I just don't have the motivation to lift weights and do things like that. It just doesn't bother me. But right, keep getting this walk along the beach. Cows are out, look. Definitely having an ice cream before we go, regardless of the weather. See you in a bit. Where's your stick? Where's your stick? We lost your stick. We lost your stick. Anyway.